Hi, it's Nancy here, and I do want to welcome you to the Midlife Debt Detox program. But before we start, I just wanted to say a few words about your mindset shift. You probably know that to get out of debt, you're going to have to do things differently than you've been doing them because what you've been doing to date has gotten you where you are. So if you want to make changes, you're going to have to do things differently. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that your life will be full of deprivation and boredom. I think a little mindset shift is in order here. Let's talk about what kind of person you'll need to be to achieve debt freedom. And before I get into that, let me just say nothing will change your life the way being debt free will. It will give you such peace of mind and sense of security. I cannot tell you how great it feels to live in a house where I don't have a mortgage on it and drive a car that doesn't have a car payment on it. It just makes everything easier when money's not a pressing concern on your shoulders every day. Here's a little life coachy bit that actually, when I read this or heard someone talk about this, it really did help me change because sometimes we get a thought in our head and then we start spinning, and it's easy to get worked up about something that doesn't deserve that response. There is something called the Life Coach School, and I'm paraphrasing this from a woman named Brooke Castillo. And her whole thought process, or she's got something called the model. And in it, she's saying that basically circumstances are neutral. We ascribe values and feelings to these circumstances. And those feelings that we ascribe to them drive our thoughts and then our actions and then the results that we end up getting. For instance, somebody could say, it's 50 degrees outside. Now, that's a fact. That's not good or bad, right? One person might say, oh, fabulous. It's 50 degrees. Let's go outside and enjoy the day. And someone else might say, 50 degrees. Oh, good Lord. It's terrible. Right. So that's sort of the idea behind this is that something is neutral until we ascribe a thought to it. And the good thing is you can change your thoughts. You can grab them and say, that thought doesn't serve me anymore. What if I let it go? How will it feel? Why am I talking about this with debt? Well, because where you are today is a result of your financial decisions to date. And if you want to make better financial decisions for yourself, because you're now going to focus more on your future than on your present, then you're going to need to change some behaviors and some of your thoughts associated with those behaviors. A good question to ask yourself is what new thought will serve me better for this end? If you're going to maybe take the year and just say, this year I'm focusing on my personal finances. I want to get out of debt. And once I'm out of debt, then my life will be so much better in so many ways. And here's the thing a lot of people don't talk about. Once you're out of debt and once you are able to build wealth to become financially free, you can do all of these things that you might have to give up in the short term. It's a fact. You might not want to do them anymore, but the fact is that you can. Your thoughts are the key to getting the result that you want. Your ability to say no to things today so you can say yes to things tomorrow is going to be huge here. And doing it without feeling resentful or deprived, that's really important. You might need to start feeling comfortable being uncomfortable. You want to think of your future and think of how great it will feel when you can wake up every day without the crush of debt and make decisions based on what it is you want to do because you're going to have the money to be able to do it. I want you to set a financial goal for yourself for this year, but let's start with the next 90 days, shall we? Pick a financial goal. It might be, I don't know what your level of debt is, but you might say, I want to pay down my debt by $10,000. And that might sound like an impossible thing at this time, but let's look at the numbers. When you put things down in a spreadsheet, it can make things easier to figure out exactly how that's going to play out. Your past is the past. Let's stop talking about that. And here's a quote from Dave Ramsey that I really like. So no matter what you may think of him, he has some great pithy quotes. This one is, success is standing on top of all of your mistakes, not being buried underneath them. I'm the first one to tell you, I have had my level of debt. I've had credit card debt. I've laid awake at night worrying about debt, and I felt terrible about myself in the process. And I decided that I didn't want to live that way anymore. Once I did, it does make you feel more powerful. And you'll see people casually spending money that you know they don't have on things that are simply unimportant in the long run, like someone who is just a crazy gift giver. And you think, oh, I know that comes from a place of love, but I also know you're not fully funding your 401k account. So please don't do that anymore until your 401k account is fully funded. Then knock yourself out. So set goals for yourself, strive for bigger and better, gently shift your thoughts to things that are more productive for you in this new lifestyle that you're going to live. Each debt that you pay off is a stepping stone toward your financial freedom. And once the debt is gone and you don't have car payments anymore and big credit card bills anymore, all of that money, if you're paying 1,000 or 2,000 a month toward debt, and now you suddenly start putting that toward investing for your future, you will be amazed at how quickly this money adds up. It's going to be such a high for you. Focus on choosing thoughts that align with your new goals, and I'll see you in Module 1.